Factor, please listen.
Tonight, learning about your neighbors to keep your kids safe.
Just so you know who your neighbors are, so you can feel like your child or children are safe when they're playing in their own backyard.
We'll show you a website that's like a watchdog for your family. Plus, are people who sell alcohol being trapped into breaking the law? Why a local bar owner caught in a sting operation says it's unfair. But first, a halfway house filled with sex offenders in a small town. An outraged community speaks out, first on Fox. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shauna Parsons.
And I'm Wayne Garcia. First on Fox tonight, a small town's in the middle of a big fight over a halfway house for sex offenders. At least 5 sex offenders called the house in Sheridan home and tonight opened their doors to neighbors to try to ease their fears. KPTV's Deborah Gill is live in Sheridan tonight with more on a heated meeting. Deborah?
Wayne, take a look. This is just one of many signs that's posted all over this neighborhood. Tonight, the director of the halfway house, which is right next door to here, tried to answer neighbors' questions, but he didn't get very far alleviating any fears. All over Sheridan tonight, signs express neighbors' feelings. Stepping Out Ministries, step out of Sheridan. Our new neighbors, and no halfway house.
It's not about bringing a bunch of sex offenders into the community. All these guys that are going to be living here are mandated by law to be in this county anyways.
There's no room for you in our community.
But tonight, the halfway house director, Steve Silver, met with an angry crowd, wanting more to make statements than ask questions.
62% reoffend, right? There's like 3 of you and 1 of you thinking about it?
You say that they have to go someplace. Don't lay that guilt trip on us.
They don't belong here in our community.
Hundreds of people showed up to protest sex offenders living in one home in the midst of a neighborhood full of families. 5 sex offenders have already moved in. Their crimes range from exposing themselves to sodomy.
How close do children have to congregate before this is allowed? There's swimming pools everywhere.
Some neighbors even brought their children to the home where children are off limits to make a point.
My daughter's always asking if she can go outside and play. Is it safe, Mommy?
But some came to ask just one question.
What is the security measures that you are taking to protect our children?
The minister and former convict himself had to admit he could not give them any guarantees.
I don't think I'm going to get you to see this today.
But even after cops tried to get the crowd to leave, some emotional parents stayed.
What am I as a parent and a mother supposed to do?
Most neighbors went away still very unhappy. Their next step is to attend the city council meeting coming up Monday night at 7 o'clock. Reporting live tonight in Sheridan, Deborah Gill, the 10 o'clock news.
In tonight's high-tech threat, local sex offenders are using myspace.com to meet teenagers in the Portland area. Deputies arrested Brandon Daniels. He has a profile on myspace.com. KPTV's Carrie Tomlinson joins us live in the newsroom with more. Carrie?
Well, yes, folks with parole and probation in Multnomah County say they have found sex offenders, local sex offenders with pages on MySpace. Also, they say some of these pages talk about sex and what they are doing with young people.
This is Brandon, 21 years old, living in Beaverton. He writes that he is in love. Unfortunately, he's a registered sex offender and his girlfriend is only 16. He is one of several local sex offenders who are meeting young people through their MySpace sites. He tells them on his site he is, quote, loving like a teddy bear. He does not mention that he's been convicted of raping a 13-year-old girl. Brandon Daniels is in jail now, arrested for that relationship with the 16-year-old. But law enforcement is worried that others might be getting away with some sort of crime. Jason Borfy is another local sex offender convicted of molesting young men, but he advertises on his MySpace page that he likes younger men and is good at oral sex. He is not supposed to go where minors gather, but with his MySpace page, he's reaching a huge underage audience. Brandon Daniels, the teen rapist, has also found support among young people online. His 16-year-old girlfriend asks in her blog if she should go back to being with him when he gets out of jail, saying, quote, he might have been a dork, laugh out loud, but I will love him. Other teens write, quote, you're so in love with each other, it's disgusting. And if you love him, stay with him.
Now,
Now, we'd like to report that this sex offender that you saw in the package has also been arrested, and we're told it was because he was possessing porn, which is in violation of his parole requirements. Now, we're also told that several other sex offenders who have pages on MySpace, local sex offenders, have been arrested, and there are several others under investigation. We'll keep you posted. Live in the newsroom, Carrie Tomlinson, the 10 o'clock news.
Police tonight say they may be closer to catching tonight's Fox 12's Most Wanted, a woman accused in several armed robberies, one of which was caught on camera. We first told you about Rachel Soto last night. Here is a new picture of her. She's accused of holding up a 7-Eleven convenience store at gunpoint just for cigarettes. That robbery happened in Albany on Monday, and as you can see, it was caught on camera. Well, ever since this video aired yesterday, police say they've been receiving several tips. Police say Soto robbed 2 other places on Monday, an Econo Lodge in Albany and a Hallmark store in Corvallis. A Hillsborough family says an evening stroll with their dog turned into an all-out attack. In fact, they say Anthony Garrison beat their German Shepherd with a cane on Southeast 10th Avenue last night. KPTV's Kevin Corey talked with the family and joins us live now with more. Kevin?
Well, Wayne, Garrison and the alleged victims actually first crossed paths several blocks behind me, but the family says Garrison left and came back a while later, and the actual attack happened right here. They say Garrison hit their dog so hard it seemed like he wanted to kill the animal. Tonight, Eva Berg and her German Shepherd Shiloh are safe at home, but last night, Berg says Shiloh became a target while on a walk with her husband.
And he came out from the side street and just simply jumped at him with his cane and began beating her with his cane.
Berg says this man, Anthony Garrison, claimed Shiloh bit him on Cornell Road, but Berg says that wasn't true, and they parted ways. Some 6.5 blocks later, Berg says Garrison came out of nowhere carrying this cane.
Someone who wanted to seriously injure or kill the dog.
It happened right on 10th Avenue, and one of the witnesses happened to be a Hillsborough police officer.
I'm talking wailing, as in if he was swinging a baseball bat from an upward to a downward position.
Officer Stephen Beaver just happened to be on routine patrol when he looked over and says he saw Garrison beating the dog with the cane. Garrison again claimed the dog had bit him, but police say they found no evidence of any kind of bite.
There was no mark, red mark, abrasion, puncture wound, or swelling occurring.
Garrison allegedly hit the dog at least 5 times all over its body and nose. The Bergs say Shiloh has a chipped tooth and has been losing control of his bladder. They want Garrison to get the maximum sentence and say they simply can't make any sense of what happened.
It's unfathomable why someone would do this.
Now, the Bergs say Shiloh was on a 4-foot leash and never acted aggressive. Live in Hillsborough tonight, Kevin Kawari, the 10 o'clock news.
Tonight, a local church community is repainting after vandals sprayed a playground with racist and hateful graffiti. It happened at the Bethlehem Church in Lake Oswego. You can see the graffiti included swastikas and obscene language. Tonight, police believe their suspects are a group of teens. Coming up tonight at 11, we will show you why police may be closing in on the suspects and why they are offering a reward for your help.
Alcohol stings, help cops catch people and businesses who sell booze to minors. In an operation last week, police in Gresham checked out 17 places that sell liquor. Out of those, they say 9 tried to sell to undercover cadets without carding them. But a local business owner says this kind of sting is trapping people into breaking the law. KPTV's Jamie Wilson joins us live from the Fox 12 Mobile Newsroom with more on this story. Jamie?
Well, Oregon law says that anyone trying to buy alcohol who looks 26 years old or younger must be carded. But tonight, one local bar owner we talked to says he feels law enforcement and the OLCC are tricking people into breaking the law. At Mick and Mom's Pub in Stayton, the business and the mood is good. But back in May, Mike Ely remembers the exact order that got him in trouble.
The man that was with him ordered a Budweiser, and the girl said, "I'll have the same."
Mike has a rule that anyone who looks under 30 has to show ID. But that night, Mike says his bartender simply made a mistake and forgot.
Problem with this is that the man that's with this 18-year-old girl is 35, 36 years old.
That customer was actually this girl, an 18-year-old decoy sent in for an undercover sting. Minutes later, an OLCC officer cited the bartender and slapped Mike with a fine over $1,600. These sting operations, like this one in Portland recently, are common to help catch business owners selling booze to minors. But Mike believes it's unfair.
If I have committed an infraction, I believe that, but to create the infraction, to set us up to break the law is, to me, is entrapment.
Gary Walker is a loyal patron and a former bartender himself. He thinks enforcement should be honest and out in the open.
If they want to come in and check a bar, they should come in, look around, ask for IDs for the people that look too young, and then go.
Tonight, Mike is still working to get the fine dropped, but he's also hoping for some common ground.
I would like to see more of OLCC and the bar owners to become partners, not enemies.
And tonight, Mike tells us that he is taking the OLCC to court very soon. Live from the Fox 12 mobile newsroom tonight, Jamie Wilson, the 10 o'clock news.
Time for first weather now, and we saw something in the sky today we are not used to seeing during the summer. Mark, are we done with all that rain?
Here in the metro area, I think we are actually, but there are still showers going on, not so much across the whole viewing area here. You can see the live radars, but actually mainly up in the Cascades. Here's the metro area, and you see the only showers, okay, one little sprinkle east of Carver, but then the other showers have moved into the west slopes of the Cascades, maybe a pretty heavy one right around Multnomah Falls. That's heading off to the northeast around Cascade Locks. Also, just moving into the west slopes of Mount Hood. So, what a wet day, though. We did capture some nice pictures earlier of some downpours on Highway 26 out there. And we broke a rainfall record here in Portland. And we'll talk about that record for Salem and let you know if it finally rained on July 12th. And, of course, the forecast for the weekend coming up.
The 10 o'clock news is just getting started.
Another Walmart battle may be heating up, this time in North Portland.
If we get another 10,000 cars a day running through here, it's just going to be a madhouse.
The city's extreme plan to keep stores like it out of Jansen Beach. Protecting your family from sex offenders.
It was just an eye-opener. Oh, my goodness. 98 offenders found.
We'll show you a new website that pinpoints predators living on your street. Accused of calling 911 to hook up with a hot cop.
Honey, I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? I just thought he was cute. I'm 45 years old, and I'd like to meet him again.
Hear what this Washington County woman has to say for herself after she was arrested for it. Are your kids getting into trouble online while they're away at camp? We'll show you what some camps are doing to keep them safe from high-tech threats. And there's been a Surrey sighting, and Hollywood is buzzing about it. The reason why Tomcat may be keeping their baby girl under wraps.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local. Fly first class without paying first class prices.
I was getting to pay the same amount as somebody in coach.
The secret revealed tomorrow starting at 5 on Good Day Oregon.
Bringing home the beauty of the Great Northwest is easy, thanks to Miller Paint. And when you use Miller Paint, you're using the finest paint you can buy. Paint specifically formulated for Northwest tastes and Northwest climate. Plus, at your nearby Miller Paint store, you'll find friendly, expert advice to help you achieve whatever you envision, along with everything you need to make the right color choice. If you can picture it, you can paint it. Miller Paint, our paint.
What are you doing? Stop that. What? What do you mean what? Stop.
Get your bag off of me.
Oh, I am very sorry. I'll buy you a snack box or something. You're doing it again.
Again?
Give me.
What is your problem?
Oh, stop.
Keep an eye on yours. The new Caramel Chip Cheesequake Blizzard at Dairy Queen.
A 12-year-old gets hit while riding a motorcycle. Now hear the message his parents have for other families who let their kids ride. Coming up on the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Make your recliner a better place to live with Comcast Digital Cable. Dad gets the best in home theater entertainment with 100% digital picture and sound. That's over 100 choice channels and a full library of free movies on demand. His old dish didn't offer that. It even comes with 46 commercial-free music stations and parental controls that keep him in charge. And he pays just $33 a month for up to 12 months. Comcast, the power of one.
Time is gold. And that's why Car Chevy World is bringing you a whole new concept in car buying. It's called The Only Price, and it's our lowest price, period. We believe it's the lowest price you'll find anywhere, and we post it clearly on over 8 city blocks of Chevy inventory. It's the easiest way to buy a car since we introduced salaried salespeople, so your buying experience can be as pleasant as your driving experience. The only price. Our lowest posted no-haggle price. Only at Car Chevy World.
Fox Tomorrow. Being nominated for an Emmy isn't the only reason to shout.
There's a stripper in the kitchen!
A full hour of That 70s Show. Then, the super hot Pussycat Dolls perform live. Plus, your voting results. Who will go? So You Think You Can Dance Results Show.
Thursday at 8 on Fox 12 Oregon.
Only on 12 tonight, the family of a Newburgh boy wants to warn others after their 12-year-old crashed a motorcycle into a truck. The accident happened Monday on Highway 47 near Vernonia, where the boy was visiting a friend. KPTV's Hillary Hutchinson is live in News Control with more. Hillary?
Right, the boy's condition is still serious tonight, but he can communicate a bit with his parents, and his mom says he's actually worried that he's in trouble for riding his friend's motorcycle without permission. Of course, he's not in trouble. His parents are only concerned about him healing, but they do have a message for other parents and kids. Once active and outgoing, this 12-year-old, described as big-hearted, is now being treated for big injuries.
Austin just made a simple mistake.
Air 12 flew over the crash site Monday, where the boy riding a motorcycle zipped out of a driveway and was hit by a pickup truck on the highway. His family says Austin Shade Kelly likely tried to stop, but mistook the hand clutch for the brake. Austin had been at a sleepover with a friend in Vernonia. His parents had not given him permission to ride a motorcycle, but he had riding experience and he knew and faithfully obeyed the helmet rule.
That's the one thing he did right, always wearing helmets. He wouldn't have made it past getting to the hospital if he didn't have his helmet on.
Austin has broken bones, serious abrasions, a spinal injury, and a bleeding spleen. Just today, he had 4 blood transfusions. Now his family wants to remind other parents, no matter how closely you watch your kids, it's important that the rules carry over to play dates or sleepovers.
I make sure that's clear, because that's what he was doing, was using a vehicle without his parents' permission. And that's a real problem. They can get hurt really quite serious, like Austin has.
And just a couple weeks ago, Austin's family had health insurance that would have covered a lot of those medical bills, but Austin's dad just got laid off from his machine shop job and lost his insurance. There is a fund set up at U.S. Bank in the name of Austin Shade Kelly. In News Control, Hillary Hutchinson, the 10 o'clock news.
We now know the name of a man murdered in Gresham, but tonight his killers are still on the loose. Police found the body of Alejandro Sanchez Hernandez in a triplex on Northeast 162nd on Monday. He'd been shot in the head. Witnesses say they saw 2 young black men in the area at the time of the shooting. Now, they are not suspects, but police hope they can help with the investigation. They want to talk to them. If you have any information, give Gresham Police a call. A Canby man is being held tonight on $50,000 bail as a witness in a gang rape. Reynaldo Gabino Martinez was charged with burglary in the case, but a judge dropped that charge today. Police arrested him earlier this month along with another man, Alejandro Ramos Gonzalez. The alleged victim is a Gulf War veteran. She says she left her door open and 5 men came into her apartment. She says 2 of them raped her for 7 hours. Police believe that attack was gang-related.
As thousands of kids happily head off to summer camps this summer, camp officials are worried about a new high-tech threat. They're concerned that their carefree experiences may end up being posted online, paving the way for predators. David Wilson tells us what camps are doing and what you can do to protect your children.
Jillian Seagull can't wait to go back to camp this year, but until then, she loves reliving the experience with photos.
And that's the campfire, my first campfire.
Jillian and her mom are very careful about who sees her photos, but not all kids or counselors are. Many post pictures and camp information online.
His parents and his organizations were challenged by the tendency of young people to post things on the web.
Kids may not realize that including camp information on social networking sites and instant message profiles could lead predators to their cabin doors, and that has camp leaders worried.
The American Camp Association recognizes the popularity of online social networking, so it is our job to make sure that camp owners and directors are educated about this particular issue.
Many camps now have policies that forbid campers and counselors to mention camp names and addresses on personal web pages. And Smith says parents should be vigilant when it comes to camp rules.
As a parent, do your due diligence and ask the hard questions.
Look for policies that limit or prohibit the use of pictures online from cameras and even cell phones. Conduct your own web search to make sure your child's camp doesn't show up in inappropriate places. If it does, report it immediately.
Safety is really a shared responsibility.
Jillian's camp has policies in place which makes both her and her mom happy campers.
The camp does a good job in protecting the children's welfare and safety.
It was really great. I loved it.
In Portland, David Wilson, the 10 o'clock news.
Coming up, could a new development keep Walmart out of one area?
We'll tell you where the mega store may run into some big problems.
Plus, we'll help you find a website aimed at keeping your children safe, and now it's available to people right here in Portland.
And a sighting of Tomcat's little kitten, the peak that has Hollywood buzzing in the final cut.
And mostly cloudy skies out there right now. Temperature actually still pretty warm out there. Take a look downtown at this hour. The rain has stopped. We'll let you know if we have any coming up for the upcoming weekend with your weekend getaway forecast in just a few minutes.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Previously at Hilliers.
Hi, Leo Hillier and Diesel, Hilliers Mid-City Ford. Let's take a look at Diesel's toy box. Last month went so great, your family and friends emptied Diesel's toy box. So we refilled it with our largest inventory ever at the Valley's best prices. Remember, all Fords are created equal. Hilliers Mid-City Ford makes a difference. Diesel and I invite you to come see why today.
Not many things can get you up on a Saturday, but this will. Lazy Boy Furniture Gallery's Super Saturday Sale, with one-day savings of 10 to 40% on home furnishings throughout the store. And doorbuster specials from 9 to 11 a.m. to get you up even earlier. It's one day only, this Saturday, so stop by. You could be in for one productive day. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries.
Still tonight, so it makes the Fox 12 final cut.
My dog. Just blame it on my dog.
Arrested for abusing 911. You won't believe why a local woman says she did it. Plus, caught on tape, watches a thief gets away with sex toys and leaves a woman in serious pain. And he claims Pirates of the Caribbean stole his treasure. Now how one man's trying to take it back tonight on the final cut.
Shake that thing, miss. Can I shake that thing, miss? Annabella, shake that thing, miss. Can I shake that thing, yo? Annabella, get busy. Just shake that booty non-stop when the beat drop. Just keep swinging it. Shake that thing, miss. Can I shake that thing, yo?
Milk, shakes, cookies and cream, hand scooped shakes and malts with Oreo cookie pieces. New at Carl's Jr.
This segment of the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers.
The off-road technology in the Toyota 4Runner also makes it safer around town. Finally bridging the gap between mountain man and valley girl. Get low 2.9% APR financing for 60 months. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
If Walmart wants to build a new store on Hayden Island, it may be in for a big fight. Tomorrow, Portland City Council will talk about a plan to ban the building of big new stores for at least 2 years. It's an idea some neighbors support because they say stores like Walmart will make already difficult traffic problems much worse. KPTV's Jim Hyde reports.
The afternoon drive north to the I-5 bridge can be glacial. The same for Hayden Island itself.
Roadblock. Big roadblock.
Neighbors say Walmart wants to build here at the now vacant Thunderbird Red Lion. The owner of the property won't comment, nor will owners of the Jansen Beach Mall talk about their development plans. Neighbors have not stopped talking about them for the past month.
And if we get another 10,000 cars a day running through here, it's just going to be a madhouse trying to get around.
Portland City Council takes up Commissioner Sam Adams' proposal for a 2-year moratorium on commercial development tomorrow afternoon. Adams estimates Walmart would generate 13,000 more vehicle trips a day. But not all who shop at Hayden Island and Jansen Beach oppose Walmart.
I think Walmart should come where it wants to come if it meets all the requirements that it's expected to. It'll be good for Vancouver people, I'm sure, because they'll be coming over the bridge for no tax.
The neighborhood association leaders say people who live in the area appreciate the new businesses that tried to accommodate folks who live on the island. They like the 2-year moratorium.
So we can work with the developers when they come out to the island. Right now, the developers come out and do what they want.
The Hayden Island Neighborhood Association goes by the acronym High Noon. Members may not be gunning for a showdown, but they want to slow down the development of their home island. Reporting in News Control, Jim Hyde, the 10 o'clock news.
Some big afternoon downpours out there today. We captured over ½ inch of rain out at the airport. That's a record for the day. We'll talk more about that and the chances for rain tomorrow, coming up in my first live and local forecast.
Also ahead, a website may be able to help you map out your child's play spots. We'll show you how it can be like a watchdog for kids.
Also, prices at the pump keep rising, how those prices are getting closer to a milestone.
And it's a 911 call that's not an emergency. Why this caller wanted a call back from a local sheriff in the final cut.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Looking for a great local job? Here are a few Northwest jobs from Fox 12 Oregon, powered by JobDango.com. Roberts Motor Company is hiring an auto parts counterperson, position located in Portland. Brentwood Corporation is hiring a supervisor, position located in Molalla. Cash and Go is hiring tellers, positions located in Portland. For details on these local jobs and thousands more, or to advertise your jobs, go to KPTV.com and click on Northwest Jobs at the left side of our homepage.
Take the guesswork out of finding a mattress. In 2 minutes, our profile will tell you the perfect mattress for your body. It's the only logical way to buy a mattress from now on. It's free, and it's only at Bedmart.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Let's go, let's
Jump right in to the best deal of the year. Drive on us with 0% financing. Plus, we'll pay for your gas, including E85 until 2007. That's 0% financing on new 2006 cars, trucks, and SUVs. And we pay for your gas until 2007. Drive on us. It's the deal of the year. Only at your Northwest Ford stores.
Come on, baby, let's go.
It's the very first Tempur-Pedic factory-authorized price reduction in the United States. And it's happening right here in the Northwest at Bedmart. Save hundreds of dollars on Tempur-Pedic's classic bed for the first time in the history of the company. Right now at Bedmart.
On the hunt for a huge humpback whale, but not to kill it. Why researchers need your help to track a specific one down. Just ahead on the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Over 15 million Americans suffer from social anxiety. Symptoms may include avoiding social situations, nervousness in front of others, feeling shy or easily embarrassed. If you or someone you know is suffering from social anxiety, there is a place to turn. Call for an evaluation at Summit Research Network. We're studying social anxiety. You may qualify for an investigational medication research study at no cost to you. You do not need health insurance to participate. Call Summit Research Network at 503-228-CARE.
There's nothing like the taste of Taco Del Mar. Their Mondo burritos are our favorite by far. Life is good when you have your buddies and those tasty burritos from Taco Del Mar.
Taste fulfilled.
Ironing's a hassle. That's why Men's Warehouse offers all cotton, non-iron shirts that look and feel as good in the evening as they do in the morning. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
A 7-speed automatic transmission, a 268 horsepower engine. Start a summer romance that lasts a lifetime. The Mercedes-Benz Summer Event. See your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for a great lease offer on a powerful 2006 E350 sedan.
In news from around the Northwest tonight, an 8-hour standoff in Idaho ended with a fire and a death. Police tried to serve an arrest warrant at a home yesterday, but the man inside refused to come out despite hours of negotiation. Police even gassed the home. The house caught fire this morning. Police later found the man's body inside. They say he was holding a loaded assault rifle. The man was wanted in a drive-by shooting in California and a stabbing in Idaho. An autopsy is underway to find out exactly how he died. Researchers off the Washington coast are searching for an injured humpback whale. Boaters reported seeing the whale last week. Researchers say these photos show the whale was most likely cut by the propeller of a small boat. It's the time of year when humpbacks migrate to their summer feeding places. Biologists advise boaters to stay away from those mammals.
The Fox 12 investigators have uncovered a new tool to help protect your family from potential dangers. It's an electronic watchdog designed to let you know if a sex offender is living in your neighborhood. KPTV's Hillary Hutchison explains.
At the playground, we find most moms keeping hawk-like watch over their kids.
I go to great lengths to protect my child. I'm the first to criticize parents that leave their kids without being watched because it takes a split second for something to happen.
But still, these moms welcome help from a website, familywatchdog.us.
A friend gave me the website, and I just went on it to check it, and it was very eye-opening because of all the red dots around my house.
The red dots indicate homes of registered sex offenders who have abused children.
I got to see where my house is actually located.
The yellow dots are at homes of convicted rapists, and the blue dots are at homes of people convicted of sexual battery.
It was just an eye-opener. Oh my goodness, 98 offenders found.
She's looking at a map covering several miles in the Portland area, but it's easy to zoom in and see how many registered sex offenders live in your exact neighborhood.
Just so you know who your neighbors are, so you can feel like your child or children are safe when they're playing in their own backyard.
Family Watchdog has been active in other states for about a year now, but just went online in Oregon at the beginning of the month. That's when Oregon State Police started posting all its registered predatory sex offenders online and linked them to the National Alert Registry. Since Family Watchdog gets its information from the state of Oregon, it follows the state's policy to only post information on predatory sex offenders. While you can view sex offenders' information for free, it will cost you $18 a year to get automatic updates when offenders move into your neighborhood. We talked with sex offenders and their families who say it's hard to have the past continue to haunt them as they live constructive, crime-free lives, and that the website can create unnecessary fear in the neighborhood. Family Watchdog reminds users it's illegal to harass people on the list, hunt them down, or run them out of their homes.
I don't want to be paranoid by any means, and I want these people to have a fair chance to live in neighborhoods as well, these sex offenders, but I would prefer not to have anything to do with them.
Hillary Hutchison, the 10 o'clock news.
Now, Family Watchdog offers users statistics about sex abuse and tips on how to prevent it and report it. There is a link to familywatchdog.us and the state sex offender inquiry system on our website, kptv.com. Now, the state site does not offer to sell users any products.
Live from Fox 12 Oregon, this is breaking news.
And we are following some breaking news out of Northeast Portland tonight. It started after someone called to report some shots fired inside a house in the 5100 block of Northeast 54th Avenue. The CERT team is now responding. We have a crew on the way, and we will bring you a live report coming up a little later in this newscast.
We deliver tomorrow night on Dirty Dining. See what's happening at a local pizza place. We will show you why health inspectors had a problem with the cheese at this family fun spot and what they made the restaurant do about it. That's Dirty Dining tomorrow night at 10 o'clock.
This weekend, all eyes will be focusing on the skies over Hillsborough. That's because the Oregon International Air Show takes flight starting on Saturday. The two-day event is full of thrilling acts and takes place at the Hillsborough Airport. Fox 12 is proud to be a sponsor, so if you'd like more information, including times, you can find it on our website, kptv.com.
Mattress World had a charity golf event for the Portland Police Bureau Sunshine Division that I was happy to play in today.
Good
And your
day
name
for
came up quite a bit, I would
sure
say.
Because of all the rain?
During the
What
day.
did I say last night? What did I say? To you about your
Showers,
golfing.
you said you may
I said, are
be
you
in for
nuts?
some problems.
Didn't I say something like, are you nuts? A golfing tournament tomorrow? The only day it'll be wet, maybe the
Yeah, and it was for half the
It
round
was
there.
wet, real wet out there, but a bonus. Beautiful view of a rainbow this evening. We had those
Oh, that's
downpours go
gorgeous.
through, and Jan Smith out of Beaverton caught this rainbow. If you look closely at the upper left side, there's a double rainbow. You have to look very closely, and it depends on the quality of your television. So, great viewer photo there. Downtown on the river right now, as I mentioned earlier, it's dry. This is kind of the calm after the storm, if you want to call it a storm. By July standards, maybe it was. But it looks like it's going to stay dry the rest of tonight, and temperatures are staying pretty mild as well. So it's time for our Les Schwab Tires weekend getaway. We do this because we know you're already making plans for the weekend. It is summer. If you're headed out to the coast, we've had some really warm and sunny weekends at the coast. I think this is a little bit of a change in the forecast. We'll see a few more clouds, probably at least partly cloudy to mostly cloudy and kind of foggy on Saturday. A little better on Sunday. Up in the Cascades, though, above that cool ocean air at the higher elevations, I think mostly sunny both days, with past highs moving up maybe into the upper 70s on Sunday. And in the gorge, anytime you have the marine air moving in west side, that's great windsurfing weather. So best day on Saturday. Sunday still looks good. Both days look like classic gorge windsurfing days with temperatures in the lower 80s. But the rain pretty much over with. Notice some green specks right here along the coast range. Those should stay there, and also the green specks there along the west slopes of the Cascades. Now, half an inch in Portland, actually 0.55 inches today. That's a record for the day because our records in July aren't too hard to hit because most years it doesn't rain much in July. Now, in July we also get just under 3/4 of an inch of rainfall, so we basically had most of our July rain in just one day. Other spots, not as much rain. Hillsborough, only 0.13 of an inch. So where we had the heavy showers pass through this afternoon, that's where it really added up. And notice where the rain was all basically north of Eugene and let's say north of Pendleton and Hermiston and off to the northwest here. Heaviest rain out along the coastline, 0.7 of an inch at Astoria. Now 71 today, a cool day out there. 70 at Salem, 66 at Kelso. The east side, you got rid of the 90s today, 70s and 80s. And it's not cooling off too much tonight because the cloud cover tends to kind of insulate us. It's a real weak cold front. You can't even find it here. It's right about in this area, just about to move through Boise where it was in the 90s today. It's pretty dry, though, behind it, so we stay dry now. I don't see any good chance for rain. There's a change coming up. There's a little cool air mass over us. A jet stream, what we have for a jet stream in July, has dipped to the south. The hot air to our east is going to try to move back towards us over the weekend. The change in our weekend forecast is this isn't going to move right over us. It's going to stay off to the east, and we'll still have that ocean influence. So I've dropped the temperatures pretty dramatically from what you saw last night at 10 o'clock. For the weekend, especially on Sunday. 64 at Lincoln City tomorrow, 68 at Tillamook. Just lots of clouds out at the beaches mixed with sunshine. Partly cloudy in the valleys tomorrow. Temperatures bounce back up a little bit into the mid-70s. East of the Cascades, pretty nice day. Comfortable still, 80s, some upper 70s, and breezy near the Cascades and near the gorge, of course. And partly cloudy in the Cascades, not nearly as gray and wet as today. 52 at Tillamook and 58 at Government Camp. In your first live and local forecast here in town, partly cloudy. Dry day tomorrow, kind of pleasant, a little bit cool for this time of the year, but nobody's complaining after some of the hot weather we've seen. 74 degrees, and it should be a beautiful afternoon. I think mostly cloudy in the morning, mostly sunny by late afternoon. 76 at Hillsborough tomorrow, 75 at Lake Oswego. Notice the overnight lows pretty mild in the 50s. 73 at Gresham tomorrow and 75 at Oregon City. And your 7-day forecast, there is a change. First Friday, a little bit warmer, mid to upper 70s, but Saturday I think we actually dropped down just a few notches. Mid-70s, morning clouds, afternoon sun. A little bit more sun on Sunday, so up into the lower 80s, but no 90s in this forecast. Don't forget the air show. Perfect weather for that. Not too hot and not wet. Warmest day probably Monday, then we cool it back off to near normal again by the middle of next week. Andy has the latest tomorrow at 5.
Tonight in the final cut, the tale of the tapes. See how a brutal attack caught on tape landed an NFL player in the hospital. Also, a local woman calls 911 for a date.
He's the cutest cop I've seen in God knows how long. I just know his name.
You have to hear the rest of the tape to believe it. And you'll have to stay tuned to find out why Paris Hilton won't be involved in any more sex tapes, at least for a year. This is the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Announcing the Subaru all-wheel deal model year clearance. There's never been a better time to buy the Subaru Outback and Forester. Right now, get an Outback 2.5i with amazing 0% APR financing and $2,000 cash back. The all-wheel drive Outback and Forester. Both are great alternatives to gas-guzzling SUVs, and they have a 5-star crash test rating.
Every day is a winding road.
Hurry with 0% financing and $2,000 cash back. Supplies won't last.
NHRA powering drag racing.
7,000 horsepower.
330 miles an hour.
And every ticket's a pit pass.
Experience the intense power. Witness the unbelievable speeds and fierce side-by-side racing. Be sure to check out Nitro Alley and test your drag racing skills on lifelike Nitro Funny car simulators. It's the Shucks Auto Supply NHRA Nationals presented by Lucas Oil, July 21st through the 23rd at Pacific Raceways in Kent. Tickets are on sale now. You gotta see it to believe it.
Did you know that donating your vehicle to Portland Rescue Mission helps people right here in our community? And our full-service shop may recondition your car to maximize its donation potential. So help drive away hunger by calling Portland Rescue Mission at 503-MISSION.
Some things are so wonderful, you just want 5. Like shrimp 5 ways, Monday through Saturday nights at Hometown Buffet. Golden popcorn shrimp, enticing shrimp scampi, crunchy coconut shrimp, and more, all for one low price. Only at Hometown Buffet.
They were all trying out for stardom, but one American Idol contestant will get his 15 minutes of fame for what he did with a camera, not on it. We'll explain tonight on the Fox 12 Final Cut.
Bringing Northwest color into your home is as easy as opening a can of Miller paint. Miller paint was born in the Northwest and comes in a wide range of colors, uniquely inspired by the Northwest landscape. Easier yet, when you visit your Miller paint store, you get friendly, expert advice that leads to picture-perfect results every time. If you can picture it, you can paint it. Miller Paint, our paint.
It's here, the new Beaverton store. Grand opening sale.
It's one of the largest events ever at Standard TV and Appliance. We're celebrating our new live showroom in Beaverton on Southwest Hall. Right now, all Standard stores have slashed prices on top brand appliances, mattresses, big screens, and more.
Don't miss it. The grand opening sale going on right now at Standard TV and Appliance.
Stand by the final cut in 3, 2, 1, cue 'em.
The final cut begins tonight with news from across America and an attack on an NFL player all caught on tape. Police just released a surveillance video. Baltimore Ravens linebacker Roderick Green was at a bowling alley early Sunday morning when a fight broke out with another bowler. The linebacker decided to leave, but as you can see in the video, the other guy came after Green, and that guy stabbed him in the parking lot. He's now recovering from the attack, and cops are still trying to figure out who his attacker was. There is a crime emergency in our nation's capital. The Washington, D.C. police chief made that declaration yesterday. It comes after 14 murders this month alone and a big rise in robbery and assault in the past month. The emergency declaration allows the chief more flexibility in assigning patrols, and already officers have stepped up their patrols around national landmarks. A violent porn shop attack in Missouri is caught on tape, and tonight police are looking for the guy who did it. You can see in the surveillance video, the suspect just right there sidekicked the clerk in the face just as she had approached him. Police say he then took off with videos and sex toys. Here comes the kick again. The clerk suffered severe injuries to her face, and police are now trying to identify the attacker. A wildfire in Southern California has destroyed 30 homes and is threatening hundreds more. The fire has already consumed 37,000 acres. Desert winds and temperatures nearing 110 degrees are making fighting those fires even more difficult. The blaze has not caused any major injuries, but 10 people have been treated for minor burns and smoke inhalation.
Inspectors are now reviewing Boston's entire highway system after a deadly accident that we told you about last night. The state has now ordered a review of the Big Dig project after tons of concrete fell, killing a woman driving a car on Monday. Inspectors found at least 60 signs of loose bolts and other potential problems in the tunnel. So now they are looking at every bridge, tunnel, and roadway. Federal and state investigators also want to know if contractors could be at fault. In Florida, a grandmother and a toddler are recovering after a terrifying crash. Police say a van hit the 2-year-old and her grandmother and traveled 80 yards with the child's stroller still attached. Witnesses rushed to lift the front of the van and free the toddler. The grandmother and child are now in the hospital with serious injuries. In Kansas, a dramatic high water rescue is all caught on tape. Take a look at this. It happened after a little girl got trapped while playing in a storm drain last night. Well, crews managed to give her a life jacket, and then, as you see right here, they finally pulled her up from that drain to safety. A pooch in Albany, New York is getting credit for saving a little girl's life in the middle of the night. The family says the 2-year-old Irish Terrier came to the rescue when the girl started having an asthma attack. Well, she says that she went into her bathroom for her medicine, but she then fell in the tub. The pooch started barking at the door, and that is when her dad got out, and then her grandpa started CPR. The girl's mom called for help, and soon paramedics got there with the oxygen to revive her. It seems some folks in Milwaukee will do anything for a chance at free gas. Hundreds of drivers showed up at a local gas station, which was giving drivers $30 worth of free gasoline. But because of lack of space, drivers were forced to line up into a nearby neighborhood. Angry neighbors complained, and police arrested 4 people for fighting. There were also 2 minor crashes. In the end, 700 lucky drivers ended up filling up for free.
Speaking of gas, Fox 12 is on pump patrol with news that people are still filling up despite those high gas prices. The national average is getting closer to $3 a gallon. Right now, it's at $2.96. Experts thought the demand for gas would fall as prices reach $3 a gallon, but so far that has not been the case. In the Portland metro area, the average price for a gallon of gas is $2.93. In Salem, it's $2.94. Gas prices in Oregon are rising, but at a slower rate than the national average. Well, if you're flying to your vacation destination, you probably envy those people who get the first-class seating. But some travel secrets may have you in the front row without the extra cost. Coming up tomorrow on Good Day Oregon, we'll tell you why a more comfortable flight may only be a simple question away. That's tomorrow morning, beginning at 5.
Live from Fox 12 Oregon, this is Breaking News.
And a reminder tonight that we are following some breaking news going on right now in Northeast Portland. It all started after someone called to report shots fired inside a house in the 5100 block of Northeast 54th Avenue. We understand that the CERT team is now responding. We do have a crew who is setting up a live report right now. We hope to have that for you coming up at the top of the 11 o'clock news.
The Final Cut goes local now with a bizarre call for help. An Aloha woman looking for love took the wrong approach when trying to land a date with a sheriff's deputy, and it actually landed the woman, Lorena Dudash, behind bars. KPTV's Kevin Quarry has more from the Fox 12 Mobile Newsroom. Kevin?
Well, Shauna, I spoke with Dudash earlier tonight, and she admitted to me that she called 911 trying to get dispatchers to send over a, quote, cute sheriff's deputy to her home. We have a copy of that 911 call. Take a listen.
Could you turn back my way? You need them to come back there? Oh, I'd like that, yeah. Why do you need them to come back there? Because I have an emergency. I'll think of something.
And there you have it. It all started when someone filed a noise complaint against Dudash. A sheriff's deputy responded, and Dudash tells me she thought the officer was really good looking. So when he left, she called 911 and tried to get the deputy to come back. He did, but this time the deputy slapped handcuffs on Dudash and arrested her for making an unnecessary call to 911.
Something like that. I would expect to slap on the hand and say, don't ever do it again, because I never really gave it any actual real thought. If I had, I wouldn't have done it. But yeah, I can understand where it's coming from, because sure, what if there wasn't an emergency up the street and those police officers were needed?
Well, Dudash now faces a $6,000 fine and a year in jail. Obviously, every law enforcement agency asks that people only use 911 in an absolute emergency. If you'd like to hear this whole 911 call, you can find it on our website. That's kptv.com. Reporting live in the Fox 12 Mobile Newsroom tonight, Kevin Kawari, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, some of the hottest video games from the 80s are coming back to an Xbox 360 near you. Microsoft is offering classic arcade games through its Xbox Live Arcade. That's an online service that lets you download free trial versions of games with the option to buy the full versions for $5 to $15. There will be a new retro game every Wednesday for the next 5 weeks. The first one came out today. It's Frogger. I loved that one, with Pac-Man, Galaga, and others soon to follow.
In news across the world tonight, the fight between Israel and its enemies in the Middle East is growing. New reports tonight say Israel's hitting targets in Lebanon, including the Beirut airport. That's after Hezbollah forces launched an attack, firing rockets and kidnapping 2 soldiers today. Meanwhile, the U.S. today blamed Syria and Iran for supporting Hezbollah. Today, Israeli jets also hit Hamas-controlled Palestinian foreign ministry buildings in Gaza City. No one was inside at the time, but that strike did hurt several Palestinians who were nearby. Taiwan is preparing tonight for a tropical storm that's packing winds of up to 60 miles per hour. It's supposed to hit the island nation tomorrow. Meanwhile, people in the Philippines are cleaning up from the deadly storm. Floods, mudslides, and falling trees killed 6 people there today. 5 of them were children under the age of 7. As you can see, some cars were buried under 50 feet of mud and debris. The weather also caused a power outage. President Bush is in Germany tonight on a mission to improve relations with that country. The fight for Iraq has created some tension between the 2 countries. The president plans to take in some sightseeing before continuing on to Russia for the annual G8 summit. Hollywood is buzzing tonight about a Suri Cruise sighting. Her mom, Katie Holmes, is on vacation right now in Telluride, Colorado, doing some shopping with a few girlfriends. So far, no photos have surfaced, but a few locals say that they have seen Holmes out and about with the little girl. One is a clerk at a natural food store, and she says that Suri Cruise is, quote, funny looking. She's just a little baby, yeah. A screenwriter from Florida says that Walt Disney Studios stole his ideas for Pirates of the Caribbean series, and he's now suing for copyright infringement. The man says that he came up with a concept called Supernatural Pirate Movie, including drawings of a ship named the Black Pearl. That is the name of Captain Jack Sparrow's ship in the movie. He says several of the characters in the film share names with characters in his story. He says he even registered everything with the U.S. Patent Office. Disney so far has no comment on the case. Paris Hilton has decided to focus on something other than men. The hotel heiress says that she's putting herself on a one-year sex ban to help rediscover herself. She says every time she gets a boyfriend, she puts all her energy into the relationship. Hilton has a new focus. The first song of her first album is currently on the radio across the country, and that album will hit stands next month.
A man who made it to Hollywood on American Idol could end up in prison for up to 40 years. Police say Daniel James Boyd, known as DJ on the show, got two girls, ages 14 and 15, drunk and then taped himself having sex with them. Yesterday, Boyd pleaded not guilty to charges of producing and possessing child porn in federal court in Salt Lake City. He's also facing charges of giving alcohol to minors and unlawful sexual activity with a minor. He will be in court later this month on those charges. Boyd made it to the top 70 this past season on Idol, but was eliminated when they weeded the contestants down to the final 24. Those child porn charges carry a minimum sentence of 15 years. And that's tonight's Final Cut.
I'm Tim Becker. Ahead in sports, the Blazers close out Summer League with a couple of top performances from their top two rookies. I'll tell you all about it.
And in tonight's HealthCast, is your job killing you? See why that could be the case, especially for women.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local. Your favorite 10 o'clock news in town is now the most watched newscast in Portland. The 10 o'clock news on Fox 12 Oregon, shattering the competition's local morning, afternoon, early evening, and late newscasts. Only one station is the proven news leader in the city. The #1 10 o'clock news is on Fox 12 Oregon. First, live, local.
Finally, there's a real choice in home phone service, because with Comcast Digital Voice, now you're talking. For one flat rate, you get unlimited local and nationwide long distance on the phones you already have, using the power of the Comcast fiber optic network we built from the ground up. That includes 12 calling features and voicemail you can check online. So don't just chat. Talk with Comcast Digital Voice. Just $33 a month for up to 12 months. Comcast, the power of one.
Northwest Rugs, the perfect place to make your perfect space, is now offering your second rug at half off. Buy one rug and receive half off any second rug of equal or lesser value. Now through July, the entire Northwest Rugs collection of beautiful rugs imported from across the globe can be yours for half off. No rug is off limits. Buy one rug and receive another at half off. Northwest Rugs, the perfect place to create two perfect spaces. Visit Northwest Rugs, the West Coast leader in rugs.
Fox 12's On the Set with exclusive interviews from Chief Meteorologist Mark Nelson. Now you can log on to KPTV.com anytime and watch.
You have no style or sense of fashion.
I think that depends on...
No, that wasn't a question.
Meryl Streep is brilliant in The Devil Wears Prada.
There you are, Emily. How many times do I have to scream your name?
Actually, it's Andy.
Scarily sensational.
I said to myself, take a chance. Hire the smart fat girl.
A tour de force.
My coffee isn't here. Has she died or something?
The Devil Wears Prada.
Did you fall down and smack your little head on the pavement?
Not that I can recall.
That's all.
Rated PG-13. Now playing.
Jump right in to the best deal of the year. Drive on us with 0% financing. Plus, we'll pay for your gas, including E85 until 2007. That's 0% financing on new 2006 cars, trucks, and SUVs. And we pay for your gas until 2007. Drive on us. It's the deal of the year. Only at your Northwest Ford stores.
Come on, baby, let's go.
You can fly first class without paying first class prices.
I was getting to pay the same amount as somebody in coach.
The secret revealed tomorrow starting at 5 on Good Day Oregon.
Welcome back, everybody. The Blazers wrapped up Summer League play, losing to Phoenix, but show flashes of brilliance anyway. Zach Randolph on hand down there to watch the up-and-comers in Vegas. Guys like Joel Freeland, who scored 5 points in 11 minutes in his first start tonight. LaMarcus Aldridge finished on a high note, too, played his best game, 9 rebounds and 19 points. Still, it was all Suns in the first half. Chris Owens scoring on the drive. They led by 18 at halftime. But Brandon Roy had a whale of a game, scored 35 points, 15 in the third quarter, and he helped the Blazers get back in it. Travis Outlaw had 16, and his fast break slam pulls the Blazers within 2, but they never got over the hump and wind up losing 91-82. Still, a very promising 35 from Roy, and Aldridge had 15 of his 19 in the first half.
It's different, just getting used to the referees and just getting used to playing different offenses and things like that. So I think it's going pretty well.
A flurry of signings around the NBA today, among them Sam Cassell opting to stay with the Clippers. We're still waiting for the Blazers to officially announce their deal with Joel Prisbilla. Well, Portland Beavers, past and present, left their fingerprints all over tonight's AAA All-Star game back east. Current Bevo Justin Leone, representing the PCL, watched ex-Beaver Kevin Witt there give the International League a 3-0 lead with his 2-run homer here. Ex-Beav Kevin Barker homered for the International League also. This double by Leone, one of just 2 base hits for the PCL all night. They lose 6-0. Tim Becker, Fox 12 Sports.
All right, coming up in our HealthCast, how a new drug may help people battling HIV.
And new at 11, a community searches for vandals who left racist graffiti on a local church.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
This segment of the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers.
People sometimes talk about the unexpected cost of owning a car, but smart people actually do expect them. Buy something like the Toyota Highlander. It has among the lowest maintenance costs in its class and the lowest fuel costs. So a great value becomes even better in the long run, and more money stays in my pocket. I expected that.
Get super low 2.9% APR financing for 60 months. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
Dr. Robert Jarvik, inventor of the artificial heart. The average heart beats 2 billion times. The heart is amazing, but high cholesterol can lead to heart disease. Lipitor can help. When diet and exercise aren't enough, adding Lipitor significantly lowers bad cholesterol, 39 to 60%. If you have several common risk factors for heart disease, Lipitor is clinically proven to reduce your risk of heart attack. And more cardiologists surveyed said they'd prescribe Lipitor for their own families than any other cholesterol-lowering brand. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you are taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. They may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Lipitor is one of many treatment options to consider with your doctor. It's your heart. Ask if Lipitor is right for you. Visit Lipitor.com for a free trial.
Get away with more summer escapes. It's easy. Watch more on Fox 12 Oregon at 9 a.m. for the word of the day. Then enter to win at KPTV.com.
It's the very first Tempur-Pedic factory-authorized price reduction in the United States. And it's happening right here in the Northwest at Bedmart. Save hundreds of dollars on Tempur-Pedic's classic bed for the first time in the history of the company. Bedmart is the only Oregon Tempur-Pedic dealer where you can test all 6 models. And now you can get historic savings on the classic Tempur-Pedic mattress. Come in today and save at Bedmart, or come in later and pay regular price. The choice is yours. Why not choose to save today at Bedmart?
I think I found a way to make our sirloin steak and cheddar ciabatta sandwich even more impressive.
What's more impressive than sirloin?
Lobster.
Classic surf and turf. Genius.
Ow! Ah! Ow! Oh! Ah! Or we could just stick with the sirloin.
Try Jack's new sirloin steak and cheddar ciabatta sandwich. Tender marinated sirloin topped with real cheddar and fresh produce on Jack's famous ciabatta bread.
Get me a hammer!
KPTV.com is now better than ever. More local content, more streaming video, more of the pertinent news you need every day. KPTV.com, now better than ever.
In tonight's HealthCast, people battling HIV have a new drug option tonight to keep the virus in check. The FDA just approved the first once-a-day pill that combines 3 HIV drugs. Experts say the pill called Atripla should simplify the treatment of HIV and AIDS because patients are more likely to follow a strict medicine schedule. Atripla should be available in a week. Patients can expect to pay at least $35 for a single pill.
If you are suffering from heart problems, you can thank Mom and Dad. New evidence links genetics to heart health. Government researchers found people who have at least one parent with heart failure are about 36% more likely to develop heart problems. Heart failure happens when the heart is unable to efficiently pump blood, which can lead to other health problems, including stroke and organ failure.
Could your job make you unhealthy? Research shows it can, especially if you're a woman. A new study shows working long hours has a greater negative impact on women than men. That's because it makes them more likely to smoke, drink coffee, and eat unhealthy foods. Those most likely to snack under stress, women who turn to food as an escape, or so-called emotional eaters. The good news in all of this, people who work more hours drink less alcohol.
Got 12 minutes, then you have time for all the day's news, plus your complete weather forecast.
The 11 o'clock news starts right now. First, scientists say it's a sure sign of a warming planet. Find out where trees could be sprouting up. It's a place they haven't grown for millions of years. Live as a church is hit with racist graffiti.
We live here, and we'll do our best.
Tonight, the search for the vandals who use spray paint to leave behind their messages of hate. And local, with a man arrested for beating a dog. He says it was self-defense, but cops don't agree. 12 on 12, your complete look at news and weather starts right now.
Live from Fox 12 Oregon, this is breaking news.
Good evening. We are following some breaking news tonight.
Right now, the Portland Police CERT team is responding to a house in the 5100 block of Northeast 54th.
It all started after a call of shots fired in the home. We don't have much information, but we will bring you more as it becomes available.
New tonight, local police are offering a reward after taggers hit a local church with racial slurs. It happened in the 17,000 block of Stafford Road in Lake Oswego. Vandals covered a preschool playground with obscene language and symbols of hate. KPTV's David Freitas joins us live now with more.
Tonight, you can see there are signs for surveillance video, and you can also see the surveillance cameras. So surveillance video was rolling when this crime happened. Tonight, cops are still looking for the criminals, even as the church is repainting and moving on.
I saw some of the photos, but I didn't see them all.
Tonight at the Bethlehem Church, there's fresh white paint, where once someone sprayed symbols of hate.
We were disappointed, and we regret that it was done, but that's, we live here, and we'll do our best.
Tonight, church elders say they found the graffiti last week, scattered in more than a dozen spots around the preschool. Within hours, they painted over it. The graffiti included swastikas, the word Nazi, phrases like God hates you all, and kiddie porn, yeah. Not to mention a curse word painted on a child-sized basketball hoop. Unfortunately for this church, they're not all that surprised.
You've been around long enough, you know they do it. And they do it in lots of different places.
This Christian community has bounced back quickly, getting the original artist out to repaint this children's mural, marred by paint.
A lot of it. But she came out and she was immediately available.
Can consider.
Ask your doctor if Viagra is right for you.
Jump right in to the best deal of the year. Drive on us with 0% financing. Plus, we'll pay for your gas, including E85 until 2007. That's 0% financing on new 2006 cars, trucks, and SUVs. And we pay for your gas until 2007. Drive on us. It's the deal of the year. Only at your Northwest Ford stores.
Come on, baby, let's go.
It's Christmas in July at Marquee, your casual living store, and we've got gifts for you. Purchase any spa and receive your choice of a free gift. Marquee, your casual living store in Tigard and Clackamas with factory outlet in Salem.
Our commitment is to be everything to everyone looking for a good night's sleep.
We have the best prices from entry level to ultra luxury.
No one beats our price, quality, service, or selection.
It's not too late to sleep like a baby. Mattress World.